from the quantum sciences, as well as from higher mathematics and esoteric spirituality, we can learn that consciousness is everything. There is nothing apart from consciousness, and consciousness includes awareness and realization. We have also learned that everything that exists is a fractal of something greater, and all fractals contain minute fractals of themselves, which contain even more minute fractals of themselves, and all are conscious entities, having awareness and realization. Everything that exists is conscious, from subatomic entities to entire universes. All are included in universal consciousness, which we may know as the essence of the being that we may call the Creator. 2025 will be a turbulent year on all fronts, with truth surfacing from deep darkness. Fathom yourself and all that unbalances your system, as many impulses come to you. Dream yourself free and make the transition. You won't be able to tell if you are awake. Now, perhaps you have at least figuratively thrown your arms in the air and are screaming, "What now?" If I can never know, what meaning is left? To further muddy the water, we will add a corollary. If someone comes up to you, or you are reading what they have written, and they tell you they are awake, or enlightened, or ascended, walk, don't run, quietly but quickly in the opposite direction. Why do we say this? To say that I am awake is a statement of separation. Who is this I? If one were awake, there would be no more identity for them as I. Though they might use the name they have been known by, it would mean nothing to them. As fractals of the Creator, we have all the attributes and abilities of Creator consciousness. In our deepest awareness, we contain everything from viruses and protozoa to stars and galaxies and beyond. But in our incarnation as humans, we have no grasp of our own vastness, and this is intentional on our part. We chose to experience our limitations. In this lifetime, many of us chose to be here in order to transform the consciousness of humanity. Because humanity has been on a destructive course and is in dire need of a course correction. It is through our ability to modulate the energies in our awareness that we can change the consciousness of humanity. What we do physically can be helpful, but it is what we do in our consciousness that is what shifts the polarity of humanity to life enhancement. We must be the ones who can realize living in gratitude and joy for no other reason than that we know this is how we truly want to be. This kind of envisioning and emotional expression purges us of our limitations and creates clarity in our perspective. Everything we do can arise from the energetic level of gratitude, compassion, love, and joy. In this perspective, we can exercise and care for our bodies. We can dance, sing, go shopping, interact with one another, and enjoy being in nature. Old spiritual dogmas are rejected and new ways of strengthening faith rise up, focusing on belief in one's own power. Old religious forms are filtered out and purged. They are merely ways of expressing the divine, but divisions from outside must be removed. The personal pieces are dealt with firmly in this process. Confrontation on all levels. Many are going to make an important transition this coming year as numerous opportunities cross your path. Do not be frightened by them and make your choice from calmness. Do not reject this confrontational change, but take a short break and direct your attention to the stillness within yourself. Choose from your heart, but do not hesitate too long. As suddenly as it can appear, so suddenly can it disappear again. Be on your guard because deception is there too. Politics makes strange moves, unpredictably and abruptly to the left and right, confusing your mind. Do not let this happen and stand in the middle. Choose your position from calmness so that peace continues to resonate in your heart. Be the center point in your own power and choose the middle ground in that which confuses you. Don't get involuntarily drawn into something that doesn't suit you. Positive beliefs can come through as an epiphany and enrich your spirit. One who is awake would see that awakeness or divinity in everyone, regardless of whether the others could see it themselves. In that sense, to say I am awake is perhaps to really express I am awake and you're not. It is creating a separation, which is not the expression of awakeness. This smells just a little bit like having an ego attachment, superiority. Perhaps they want to keep you as a student so they can hold an identity as a teacher. If somebody claims to be a teacher who can teach you and bring you to enlightenment, turn around and quietly, but quickly, walk in the opposite direction. This is not your teacher. This is not to say that you cannot have a teacher. I speak to you not as a teacher. I speak directly to the awakened you who knows who you are. That true you recognize as truth. It is not by following me or anyone else who is providing information or pointers that you experience your awakening. That you will experience yourself in your own way. You will experience through focusing inwardly, not on outer examples, however helpful these might be. If in this process you think that you are now awake, keep going. You are not there yet. If you are still experiencing an I, a you, and a them, there is still separation. We can establish a way of being mentally and emotionally that is life-enhancing in every way. By aligning with our inner knowing of what we love the most, we can transform our lives beyond the wildest dreams of our ego consciousness. We are here to transform ego consciousness into limitless awareness and unconditional love for the enhancement of all life, beginning with ourselves. Only by actually living in gratitude and joy can we understand how higher consciousness works. It elevates everything in our experience. We can no longer work in meaningless or destructive jobs or live in poverty and oppression. We can attract as much abundance and love into our experience as we can allow. Our consciousness has no limits, and when we can thoroughly accept this in our realization, we transform our lives and the lives of everyone around us. The great shift from old to new can lead to wonderful things, with many new groupings emerging. A plethora of new opportunities will come along. Don't miss them. It can overwhelm you, and do you become exhausted as a result? Then pay close attention when your boundary is brought down. Do not become overconfident, but stay well grounded. Mother Earth's energy helps you along your path, but always make the connection. Feel her energy and feel the body you came here with. Connect the two and then look up. The crown opens to the cosmic energy, allowing the living light to enter you. The energetic antennae on the head turn toward the cosmos and start to connect. It opens the mind to a new birth. This new birth will settle in your heart, and when the ratio gets stuck, it becomes anxious. Switch to your feelings and let your inner light shine. Ask for help on your path, and the world of light will help you. Choose the path of change and make the switch from a good feeling. You will see that you can deal better and better with the new opportunities that keep presenting themselves. It is an extraordinary process and certainly not boring. Don't get overexcited by the many events that arise around you. You might think that I am now saying that there is more work for you to do. You don't work your way to awakening. It might be more accurate to say that you unwork your way. Awakening is noticed after you have let go of every false belief you have. As long as you hold on to having to work at that, you are holding on to a belief. That's because it is. Remember that the truth that can be explained is not the whole truth. So, you work at not working. You believe in letting go of beliefs. You stop searching for what you most want to find. You will know that you are there when you realize there is no you there. If you are thinking in terms of having an I, notice that and go on to your next thought. You are still holding on to a separate identity. When you try to do something, you are reinforcing a you who is trying to change your experience in the illusion. Every thought in duality has its opposite. I am awake is opposed by I am still asleep. There is no place to start other than with intention. Eventually, the intention gets lost. I cannot tell you how this process will work for you. You will find direction as you seek different guidance, different pointers from different places, and play with them. If your life is consumed with this process of letting go of process, then perhaps you will get lucky one day. I can offer a few pointers. There have been a number of them in the last few messages. Notice what is coming into your mind. While being aware of your thoughts, notice that you have very little control here. Most of your thoughts appear unchosen. Suddenly they are there. Where did that thought come from? The illusion is that you are the creator of your thoughts, which would make your thoughts a product of separation. But if you are the generator of your thoughts, you should have absolute power over determining the next one. Play with that and find out how helpless you are to control your next thought. As your body is being breathed, your mind is being thought. You don't know where they are emanating from. You think you are thinking thoughts, but the thoughts are thinking you. Life is living you. Rather than taking ownership of these thoughts and taking on the fool's task of trying to herd them, just notice them fly by. Notice the thought that is now in your mind and then say, "Next, please." Let it come. Look at it and say, "Next, please." And so on. Give the thoughts no particular value. Don't judge or evaluate them. Just watch them pass by like clouds on a windy day. The true you is the noticer of the thoughts, not the thinker of the thoughts.